To help you succeed at your theory test, you want to invest in some good apps and software to help you to revise. The most popular two are typically Driving Test Success and the official DVSA Theory Test Kit. Both of these apps contain official DVSA practice questions and are up to date. Some of the free apps have out-of-date questions. Also on the free apps, the amount of questions is quite limited, where on these two apps you get hundreds of questions to practice. As well as practice hazard perception clips. A lot of people are surprised to hear that the apps, even the official DVSA app, do not contain all the questions you could be asked on the actual theory test. The questions on the apps are just practice questions to get you used to what sort of questions you might be asked and how they might be worded. It is true that probably a good 90% of the questions on the real test are on the apps, but about 10% of the questions are not on any of the apps. This is because the DVSA wants to promote safe driving for life and don't want you to just look through the theory test apps and just learn the questions. They want you to also look through the books and really know your stuff. The three books the questions will all be based on are the official highway code, Driving the Essential Skills, and Know Your Traffic Signs. The links for these books are in the description below, and please try to use the links if you can, as it helps up my channel by giving me a small referral fee. However, it does not affect the purchase price of the book, so you don't lose out, but I do get a small referral fee to help up my channel. When practicing, and you get a question you're not sure about, don't just guess the answer. Go and revise it. So for example, if you get a question about ABS and you don't have a clue what this is, go and Google it, go on YouTube or look through the books I mentioned. All the information will be there showing exactly what it is and what it's about. By doing this, you're much more likely to retain the information and learn about it. Highlight key information in your books, or write it down on colourful post-it notes, or even write down a question on the colourful post-it note and have the answer on the other side, what you might know as flashcards. You can then use these to practice. Whilst these things may seem similar to using the apps to revise, physically writing down the information really does help you to retain it. If reading and writing is not your thing, then you can get this adult colouring book to help you to revise for the theory test. It's available in the link below. Here's a way to remember the reflective studs on motorways and dual carriageways. Struggling to remember the different types of crossings? This is a nice easy way to remember what a toucan crossing is for. Here's how to remember when to use fog lights. Following a breakdown, it's advised you place a warning triangle at least 45 metres or 147 feet away from your car. If you're into snooker, there's an easy way to remember this. Snooker uses a triangle to set up balls, and the maximum break score in a game of snooker is 147. So, 147 feet, you should place that warning triangle. Often people struggle with knowing how to do a left hand signal. As you can see by the picture, what you'll do is stick your right hand out of the window and rotate it anti-clockwise. To help remember this, you're rotating your hand the same way you would rotate the wheel if you were turning left. This is how I remember what circular signs mean. Circular signs give orders. In particular, red circular signs mean something you must not do. So, for example, no motor vehicles, no U-turns. So you basically take the picture inside the sign and put a no in front of it, and that's what generally the sign means. The colour of the sign also has an impact. If it's a blue sign, it's a positive order. If it's a red sign, it's a negative order. So much like you would in a computer game, where your allies are in blue and your enemies are in red. Or maybe your favourite football team's blue, so they're good, and your rival football team is red, so they're bad. So blue is good, red is bad. And this is how it works with speed limit signs. If it's a blue sign, it's a positive order, so you must go at least 30 miles an hour, a minimum speed limit. If it's a red circle, you must not exceed 30 miles per hour, so maximum speed limit. Using that logic, we can work out some signs. It's a red circle, so no cyclists allowed. This one is a blue circle, so you must be a cyclist, i.e. a cycle route. Another red circle this time, so a negative order. So this one means you must not carry explosives, no explosives. Thankfully, there's no blue version of this sign, as if there was, it'd mean you must carry explosives.